All right. So, last time on Beyond the World's Veil, our heroes found themselves resolving Kenny's infection yet again. This time a little more potent, however. Githa was more diligent in her attempt to extract the infectious goo. With a pretty sizable wound bound, Kenny rejoins the party as they head west to the ruins of Farmeth, where a supposed cult was forming and planning something large for the future. With a few days past, they arrive in Farmeth and quietly scout throughout the town, taking out two townsfolk. However, to their surprise, they found nothing but common folk wandering about, each one claiming to be reporting to the Citadel at nightfall for a large ceremony. With a little bit of luck and some people trying multiple times to jump across a small gap, uh, they stake out the Citadel and find inside a rather disturbing sight as the priest of this place plans to pass out a bloody concoction to the patrons. Kenny, getting bored with the reconnaissance, decides to join in the festivities and mingles amongst the townspeople as they gather in the hall, while the rest of the party decides to lie in wait, at the ready for what may come to light in this dark moment. So that does bring us to where we were. You guys saw that one of the priest's hands was helping pass out these goblets of blood concoctions to all the people inside the church. Everybody has taken one so far. You guys have perched yourself up in a doorway just beyond the altar, hoping to stop anything from, I guess, any evil doings, if you will, from happening.
Start.
So, up on the altar, you see as the goblets are passed out and everybody is holding their own, you see a priest approach the edge of the altar, standing high on a stool overlooking the entire crowd. He starts to outstretch his hands and just kind of settle the crowd down as everybody starts to fall into their pews, sitting down, some standing. Everybody's kind of just holding their glass. Some you see clenching the handle of it really tight. A few tremors mixed amongst them.
This chalice that you guys shall drink from shall be...
Whoa. That's awesome. Sorry. Says Kenny. Whoa.
This chalice that you shall drink from will give you a life anew. A new meaning, a new being, a new power. He
raises his hands up and he beckons in from the back of the church. You see a small, feeble old man walking in, being escorted by another a priest-like person that's just donned in white robes, walking him up towards the altar. As he gets closer, the priest hands a chalice to him, and he takes a big drink from it. As he finishes his drink, he hands it back off, and you see the priest lay his hand right on the forehead and just mutters something under his breath. As you guys stand and watch with the entire crowd, you see the old man start to fall towards the ground, crippling, and blood starts to spew out of his mouth as he falls down and starts seizing on the ground. You hear an uproar coming from the Citadel as a lot of people start to really question what's in this chalice.
Please, do not worry. For but a moment he will be down, but he will rise again, anew.
He slowly starts to gather the crowd back to a calm state, and you look down and you see that the old man has stopped spazzing. The blood is now trickling a little bit out of his nose, a little bit out of his eyes, but he.
Bleeding from orifices, I think, is where a lot of human beings would draw the line.
That's why the crowd was kind of skeptical and started a little bit of an uproar, but he was able to calm them down. As a couple minutes passed, it seemed like forever, but the old man finally places one hand on the ground, another hand lifts his body up, and stands upright. The escort that was bringing him in, not the sexual kind, that was bringing him in, goes to reach to help him, and he shuns him away. Just no. He stands upright, and you see that his body looks more full, more youthful, is the best way to describe it. He turns around and looks back at the crowd, and there's just this red gleaming color coming from his eyes. And he turns around and just raises the chalice up into the air, holds it up, and lets out a small moan. Just, oh! Slams the chalice onto the ground.
Hey.
It ends with waffles.
There's a hooker under the altar sucking him off.
No.
We just pranked him.
The priest takes a step up next to him, places a hand on the old man's shoulder. As the old man stands tall and firm. I'm sticking with just what's coming to mind. Yeah, no, it's not even descriptive. This is all fucking off the top of my head.
Oh man! Did you say you're free balling right now?
No, he writes erotic D&D fiction in his spare time.
Hell yes! Isn't that the whole point of the DM?
Yeah, that's why I haven't got a job yet. I'm making a killing off of these.
Yeah, only elves.
Only elves. Oh, God,
oh, I hate you.
Anyways, you were excited.
Anyways, I was in a moment there. All right. So the priest steps forward. He places a hand on the shoulder of the old man.
See how he has restored his youthfulness. He's able to stand on his own.
Yeah, with that third leg.
Now, if you each take in the blood of the mighty, you become part of the one.
You see some of the people starting to be skeptical.
Hey, question for you.
Mm-hmm.
How many people seem to be on the priest's side? Like, just the priest and the two little chuckle fucks that were passing out shit?
You mean you're trying to see who, seems like they're really into it?
Well, no. So, he's not controlling the room by himself. There's, a couple of other people. You said there was, a ruckus and uproar when the guy collapsed. I'm assuming that's, there's only, 4 people that weren't causing an uproar in this thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, the people didn't, go into a full-blown riot. They just kind of some people were just kind of really looking at their glasses, and you saw some of them really kind of just hesitant. They immediately moved the cup away from them. Some of them were just, whoa, people who were concerned that the old man had collapsed, just you need to help him, kind of yelling out. Nothing that was too extreme, but he was able to settle the crowd to a slight murmur where they weren't really outbursting anymore, and they were more witnessing this miraculous moment. But
okay. I feel like this is where I step out. I'm like, that old man is under hypnosis or something, or being controlled by a demon or something.
So you're stepping out. So where you guys are, you're I believe you're peering out from the side of the or no, you went in through the that back room where they were filling all the chalices. You're peering out. So you're stepping out and you're trying to intervene with the crowd, and are you going to try and sway them one way?
I'm going to essentially go. I'm going to step out from behind the wall and go, Charlatan! You promise new life, yet you would throw all of theirs away for it.
The priest is a little startled as he wasn't expecting somebody to burst out of the doorway from behind. Yano and Peepa, you are still back there. Are you guys making yourselves visible as Silva enters the room? Or are you guys still kind of tucked around the corner trying to keep an eye
No,
on
I'll let him take the lead on this one.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I'll be hiding in the shadowy corner right here behind this pillar and watching through like this gate thing.
Are you guys on? You guys are on the map.
Yeah, I moved myself.
Oh, I didn't
Yes,
even
okay.
see that you guys were on that. That's not a big deal. But all right. So you Silva steps out and you shout at him. Just
What, you don't believe in the one Almighty, the one that can bring us to an everlasting life?
And what is the one's name?
damn it! I thought I had all this
Two.
done.
Weirdly enough, 2.
His name is Kenny. No, I'm kidding. Step forward, son. Just what? Just throw everyone for a loop. Nah.
He does not have a name, but he is but one with all of us. Please, if you join with this, you will too will experience the light.
My dear priest, may I ask the old man a question?
By all means, and he kind of beckons you forward, and he puts a hand on the old man's shoulder and directs him towards you.
The old man looks up at you and just has a big smirk on his face.
Like, pained smirk, or like it feels like a natural smirk?
I'd say give me an insight check on that. See if you can kind of tell.
Ooh, we're starting off with a half decent roll. 13?
You can see that the smirk seems pretty genuine. It doesn't seem like the priest is forcing him to smile upon you. But he seems very as if his age is, I don't want to say regressing because that's not the right term. He's becoming younger somehow, like a Benjamin Button style thing.
Like rapid pace? Like
Not
not
rapidly noticeable, but within the time that he had passed and come back, it seems like he's regained some of his younger abilities. His ability to stand up straighter, his ability to support himself. He seems like he's a little more muscular.
Well, my dear old man, may I ask your name?
Fucking names tonight, man.
3.
The man looks up at the priest, and the priest gives him a little nod. He looks over and just my name's Rolf.
Well, Ralph. And like I'm gonna start like examining him and like walking around. Is his eye still glowing?
They are. It doesn't necessarily. It seems like an unnatural magical glow to his eyes, but it's not something that's beaming out. That's readily apparent. It's not a natural look to the eye.
He has RBG LEDs in the back of his eyelid. Good choice. I go.
That's
Ralph,
going on in
my
Kenny's
friend.
head.
What did this man promise you to come here today and drink of his chalice?
Well, he gave me the promise of younger strength, younger abilities.
No. If the priest is talking, I'm gonna be like, sir, I asked Ralph.
It was supposed to be Ralph.
I don't know how.
I don't know how much the pitch changes when I slide the sliders.
Oh,
Just his voice is getting deeper and deeper every time he talks. I love it.
You just have a preset.
The wine is like
I
getting
do have
to
a
him.
preset for the priest. Didn't have a preset for the old man. I wasn't expecting dialogue. But
look,
no.
I am an arcane magician. This is arcane.
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
take a seeing how to fuck this fella up.
That's fine. If you do want to, as a, I guess you can consider it like a passive motion, do an Arcana check while you're talking to him. You can.
That would be a lovely 19.
So as you're engaging in conversation with this old man, you're looking deep into his eyes, and you're trying to see from what you've known about the blood in the chalice in the back room, from watching what happened to him, and from looking into his eyes and seeing what his posture is at this point. You know that this is like a deep, dark blood magic. It's not something that is commonly practiced with many arcane arts.
Would I know what flavor of like? Is this like he's possessed by something? He might be getting mind controlled by something? Is it more like a charm-ish kind of spell? Like, I'm just trying to parse together like what the priest just did to this old man, because I was expecting the old man not to be able to speak. So the fact that he spoke back to me, I'm like, fuck. Has the priest let go of the old man?
Yes, he is no longer. He's no longer like holding his shoulder or anything. The old man has actually taken a few steps towards you, separating himself from the priest. So there is no longer a physical connection between the two.
All right.
I was trying
It's all emotional now. No physical connection.
Long distance relationship.
That's what sexting's for, anyways. Why do you think the crystal ball was sticky? I go, so how do you feel? You did look like you took a terrible tumble.
We're gonna jump all over the place with this.
Well,
I mean, look, I'm having a conversation.
I meant pitch wise. While I try to find myself, just trying to find
myself.
Trying to find myself in the electron. Where's the soul in the machine?
Well, I knew that my days were numbered, and I knew that one of the only ways to come back to a younger, stronger self would be to accept the Father's blessing upon me.
And what does the Father want in return?
He wants nothing but devotion. Devotion to him and the one body.
So a cult.
The priest takes a big step forward and puts his hand onto the old man's shoulders again.
Now, we won't be calling this a cult. This is just a gathering of the believers, of the ones who wish to live a life eternal. Now, he starts to cut you off. Just
Yeah, sorry. He cuts you off as he turns back towards the crowd. He raises his hands up.
Now you all see the magic that has come from drinking this liquid. If you shall each consume this, I can guarantee you stronger, better days, longer lives.
It's literally possessed blood. No, I'm literally like saying this while I'm standing up on the stage, as he's talking. Like, it's possessed blood.
You see that the crowd has mixed feelings. Some people start to drink from the chalice. One person takes a big swig of it and drops down to the floor and starts doing a similar seizing motion where he's spazzing out on the floor. The person next to him kind of dumps out their blood really quickly and, in a panic, drops down trying to help the one of the patrons. The crowd is pretty well mixed, and you see the priest looks over at the two, I guess, henchmen or hands, whatever you want to call them. And he gives a nod back at Silva as the two men start to approach you.
I'm gonna take off at Kenny and try and grab him.
All right.
I'm in the midst of like a very interesting conversation about
Kenny, you do
low
have
tide.
a cup yourself if you are interested. I don't know.
Oh my god, why'd you tell him?
He does have a cup.
He does have
He
a
is
cup.
more
It
than
was
welcome.
handed out to him. You do have the option to sorry,
To drink the
I
cup.
just noticed that. Yeah, no, it's gone. Yeah, you do have the option to drink up.
Well, I can never make a decision for myself, so I'll leave it to the die. No pun intended. 1
This
through
is fun.
10. 1 through 10 is I don't drink it. 11 through 20 is I do drink it.
We're going with okay. More likely to not drink it. I'm okay with this.
6, 7, 8,
What do you mean? 1 to
Don't-
10?
don't-
That's the 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
It's
6, 7,
10.
8, 9, 10.
And then 11
And
through
then
20 is
12,
also
13, 14,
10.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
10 and 10. Nonetheless,
10.
do your D20.
Here it goes. What did I say again? Uh-oh.
He drinks it!
Oh, he drinks it. So mix amongst the crowd, Silva, you're looking out over the crowd as you see the two robed men approaching you. You see Kenny out there holding the glass, just curious and just like sniffing it because he's got a beak tilted sideways, just eyeing it and looking up, watching people. As the half and half crowd kind of is just dropping left and right, a lot of screaming. There's a lot of panic starting to uproar. People are just. It's becoming quite the mess in this hall. And Kenny finally just looks over and sees the guy that you guys had tied up before, the guy and the girl. He had already fallen. He drank, and he's now starting to stand up. And you see that some of the older-looking features on his body have receded. He's no longer got these massive wrinkles. His hair's not really as gray. And he looks at you and he puts a hand on your shoulder and just goes, "Just drink up, son. You won't regret it." And Kenny, just full of just peer pressure, gives right on in and takes a big swig.
But he does say, I'm not afraid to drop in.
Right before he swigs, you take a big swig of it and finish the cup. You place the cup onto the pew next to you and just kind of look up at the now young man staring back at you. And you drop to the ground and start spazzing and seizing and contorting on the ground uncontrollably. Some of your feathers fall out as you move.
Uh-oh.
Silva, you push past the two hands and you go running over towards Kenny. Or, well, are you still? You see this happening. It kind of happened.
I'm gonna pick him up and bring him with me. We're dragging the bird out of here.
Okay. So you go straight. You push the guys out of the way. They're pretty easy to move out of the way. With all the commotion that's going on, there's a lot of people. There's a lot to handle, and they kind of disperse off of you. They're no longer a primary concern. An outspoken voice isn't something they're unaccustomed to. And you run up to Kenny, and you see Kenny kind of spazzing on the ground. And as you approach it, or reach him, his twitching sort of stops.
I mean, I pick him up over my shoulder. We're getting out the back door. We're getting out that door. The big one at the back.
So you pick him up and I guess do a strength check. Kenny, how much do you weigh?
I was
Not
like,
a
yeah.
lot. I'm like 5'2" maybe, so probably like
Birds don't
He
weigh that
probably
much.
100, 120, 140.
He's probably 40 pounds. He's a fucking bird.
Hey,
Now,
man.
so
Hey, man.
Silva, what's
I'm
your
right
strength?
here.
You got a +1, +2,
13, so +1, yeah.
+1. All right, yeah. So you're able to pick him up. He's not out of the realm of possibility. I just wanted to make sure that was all within reason.
I mean, like a 50-pound checked over my shoulder. I'm like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
So you pick him up and you sling him over your shoulder.
And then I'm going to cast Shatter on the back door.
Okay, that's fine. Quick cut, Peepaw. What are you doing? You see all this going down. You were watching, kind of peering around the corner, seeing all this going on. Silva's intervention and Kenny going down.
And he's just picking, and she's picking him up and starting to run towards the back door.
I'm kind of backtracking a little bit. You see Silva at this moment. You see Silva running towards Kenny. Are you doing anything, or are you waiting until to see what Silva's planning to do?
Well, I see her start running over there, and well, I guess you already made yourself known, so I'm gonna wait to see what you do with Kenny.
Okay.
Maybe you're just running over there.
Okay, so you see Silva get over there and quickly kneel down next to Kenny and sling him up onto her shoulder and start to make her way towards the back door. You see the spell casting starting to commence. You don't know what spell, but you see her direction is all towards the back door.
All right, well, I'm gonna start sprinting out then.
All right, so you basically break for the back door. You see Silva just with a wave of the hand, just allow just as the back door just blows open, off the hinges. The doors crumble, falling to the ground, and you guys are now out into the I think it was the town square. Nobody is chasing you. But you do hear a lot of commotion still coming from the cathedral itself. Are you guys going to just break out of town? I'm going to, as seeing how Noah kind of is having internet problems when he comes back, I'm just going to have him kind of following you guys. He is following you, Peepaw. He probably would.
Realize when the door blows open, it's like, get out of here, guys. This noise.
He's just running, and it's like, oh, okay.
Nope.
As all these people just see a rabbit come sprinting around the corner from the shadows. Just, bye.
This thing's making me see stuff. You see that rabbit running on 2 legs? Just like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
What was in that?
Cursed blood. Jesus Christ. Well, I guess we get to watch the curse happen in real time.
So, you guys find yourselves out into the town square, the ruins of the town square, and are you breaking for the edge of town, or are you trying to find a place to kind of settle down and then reconvene, gather your thoughts?
I mean, there's a bunch of potentially possessed, like, superhuman things about to come out of this fucking church. Or at least a mob. Like, devotion to a priest. Yeah, because that's ever gone well. Ask any prior boy ever.
Yeah, I don't plan on sticking around to see what comes of that.
Yeah, I'm kind of okay to call this one a wash and leave it for someone else at this point. That is that did not go anywhere close to how I was planning.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys all in agreement decide to dip out of town.
When did Kenny wake up? Because like the priest was only down for like a couple minutes.
Yeah, I was was getting there. But as you're carrying him, getting towards the edge of town, you see Kenny start to kind of fuss about, and you notice that he's essentially coming to. And you decide to pause for a moment. You find a side alley and place him down, and kind of just look at him. And Kenny, you had this spry sensation come over you, where you just feel very happy, very giddy, very uppity, if you will, and you notice this odd feeling coming from your shoulder and neck area where a lot of that goo was previously.
Oh, hold up, Shredlords. Oh, I gotta
You
stomp that box.
you reach up and you take the bandages off as they feel like they were kind of constricting around your neck. So you pull all the bandages off, and Pipa, Yano, and Silva, you all notice that the wound that was on Kenny's neck has slowly started to heal at an unusual rate.
Does he have the glowy eye effect?
He does.
How do you feel,
Bad.
Kenny?
Bad.
Gnarly. Dude, how do I feel? Is it? I feeling better?
You do feel better. You
Okay.
like I was saying, you feel very very youthful, very spry. Something like somebody that's just got energy, and it doesn't seem like much can really bring you down. I mean, nothing really brought you down before, but
feel rad. I feel look over at people steezy. I feel gets on a table. Sensational.
I'm not going to question these turn of events right this second. Hey, Kenny, get going. We're kind of done with this area and would like to get out of here soon.
Fucking vamos. Oh no, I don't say fucking. Vamos a la playa, bro. Let's go.
I'm not going to the beach.
I do a sweet flip off the table. Hold on. Yeah, I do. 21.
I guess you could do a little bit of parkour and just backflip off of a wall real quick, just in their youthful moment.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm in. Fucking just like all.
Sorry, I was putting on desert music.
All fives out here. Oh, I gotta put up my fucking surfer music. I forgot. Hold up. Dude, why is it so quiet?
Colby, if you are playing music, I can't hear anything.
I'm not using the app.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure
I'm
if you were
playing it for myself.
Oh, immersion yourself over here.
I am. Well, I had combat music, and it was the part of the Doom Eternal soundtrack. So I don't know if we were not supposed to that.
I'm listening to that Sponge.
But I think that throat singing was a pretty good song for that whole thing.
All right. So, anyways, so you guys are now with Kenny back on his feet. You continue your path out of the town. Just maybe we'll worry about this down the line. Yeah, I'm not.
Seems like that's everything with Kenny. Why do you keep getting curses every encounter we go to? In the end, you're just gonna be like a mess of curses. And be like, well, we couldn't resolve any of these.
You're gonna use Dispel Curse on him in the very end, and it's just gonna be like an implosion, just him.
Poof, and a cloud of feathers.
Yeah, that's just gonna be it. How did the BBG die? This dude planned 3 years of curses and just exploded them.
I just get eaten by the.
We made a scroll that was transfer curse.
Oh God. So it is nightfall as you guys head into the desert. It's very easy to make your way back to the roadways. Are you looking to head back east towards Tresend, or you saying fuck all this shit and continuing to the jagged mountains?
I have to ask, What were we getting paid for this information? Just cheaper board and stay?
Discount on shops, I believe, was what it was. And I mean, you were. It could be useful. It's all how you guys play it out. But I believe I had said it would be a 10%. I don't think I wrote it down somewhere. But I believe it was going to be a 10% discount.
Look, at this point in time, the cult's about to just go fucking take over the town. We're gonna have to deal with a cultist town at some point in time. And
Yeah.
we're just making like giant fucking messes everywhere we go. At this point in
So
time, I think we should just get off the damn continent. We have nothing but bad luck here.
so I will go back to like when we started this. John did say that the world still revolves and goes on even if we're not in that location. So I have a feeling that you are right, that if we just leave this be and we go to those jagged mountains, kill that thing, and then we go all the way back to Simpletonville, whatever it was called, Sipplewall. And we make that whole travel and like go do a bunch of stuff and then eventually end up back here in about 2 months, it's not gonna look good.
All right, let's take a trip back to the town and give them a warning of the cultists who are about to come and fuck their day up.
See, I still think that's not gonna go well. I think we have to do something about it or it's not gonna go well.
Can I get a bunch of look at this
Because
point in time?
how can the city not take on a bunch of like some cultists? Like I'm sure they're prepared to like take on like a small army if they come at them.
Not a dragon.
Not a
Not a
dragon,
dragon,
Mm,
but
He was still doing parkour.
I feel like they'd be able to take on some cultists whether they were surprised or not.
This parkour was not as good as the other ones.
Although I'm sure it wouldn't be a full frontal attack. They would probably get in there and like seep in and spread like a little virus.
Mm.
So as you guys are discussing amongst each other, yeah, the sun has clearly set a while ago. It is getting dark. You are on the edge of the roadway, at the fork in the road that leads west and or northwest and east. Are you guys want to make a camp and off the beaten path for the moment, or
So, like, I think if we're actually gonna help them, the best idea is to go back, grab like a small like platoon of like 12 guards, and come back out here and just clear off the cultists.
It took us 3 days to get here.
Yeah, so it's a 6-day round trip with an extra day in town.
So a week. You still think they're gonna be here in a week?
I mean, if they're not here in a week, it means they're coming towards the town. And then we can
Where
meet them up.
they're going towards the town where we are not with a bunch of men.
how do you
They're-
know?
the town we would go back to.
Yes, but they would arrive there first if they were already on our way. Or is that meme where it's the two people passing each other in their cars as they drive past each other and they're just like looking at each other?
Yeah, but like if he had a
Yes,
bunch of
Conrad.
cultists, if you had a bunch of cultists, you would have to, make sure you've infected everyone, get your troops together, understand what you have. He'd probably spend a couple of days here, and then like we would end up. Oh yeah, so okay. I see your point. Whereas if we go back and bring guards out, we could potentially miss them on the way by. 2 ships in a night, and then they sack the town while we're out with their fucking platoon of guards. All right, yeah. No.
Yeah.
Then it kind of turns around to, were you guys in on this?
So what? We just go back to Traceland and like wait for this shit to blow over, or do you want to go back and actually just deal with the cultists ourselves? Because that just sounds like we're asking for death. Granted, they just cured Kenny, so like blood magic be damned. Whatever.
Do you know any blood magic?
I know that was blood magic. Do I know any? No. I don't even know what kind of fucking sorceress am I?
Didn't you go to Dragon Blood or
Oh no, I got strength of the grave. I'm a shadow magic war.
Oh.
Oh yeah, shadow magic. Yes, 100% fucking know what blood magic.
He's all
That's
turned
your
around on
shit.
the magic. I don't know
This
what's
is
going
lit.
on anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was checking when we were running out of there. I was like, I'm checking to see if what my alignment was and what I'd actually do. I'm chaotic good, so
Mhm.
I'm just gonna start killing people, I guess.
All right, so you guys want to turn around and go back and try to murder?
I just feel if we don't do anything about this now, it's gonna become a big problem. When you see a weed growing, you better pluck it.
Such a
All
farmer
right.
fucking
well,
thing.
do you
Yeah.
think we have enough time to like rest up, get our shit together, and then go in with a plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'd have like a day, like an evening into tomorrow where they're not going anywhere.
All
Like
right.
you said, you're probably gonna take a day or 2 or 3 to like recoup and
All
count their
right.
heads.
Then I say we do this. We camp out since it's already nightfall. We camp out tonight. We just laze around all tomorrow during the day, and then when it's dusk settles, we'll sneak back in and get ready to murder them all. Well,
And
the
how
priest.
about we try and pick off little groups and try and wean down the big group? So, like you said, wait till nightfall and then we can sneak around and hopefully pop off a couple.
Wow, we're about to just murder an entire small colony of people just because of the blood magic.
Oh, let's knock out the civilians that we've seen from Trisand and tie them up extra good this time, Kenny. Tie them up extra good.
Ian.
No big bow ties. Because we could always knock them out and not kill them, but kill the big priest evil guy.
Yeah. All right, we'll sneak it at dusk. We'll play it by ear. And if it looks like we can take small groups out, we'll take small groups out. If it does not, we're going to shoot for the priest first.
Or the lead guy.
Or the lead guy. Whoever looks like they're puppeteer and shit.
All right, so you guys, as you slowly form your plan, you decided to find a good spot that was a little bit out of town and a little bit off the path to make camp for the night. It's pretty late into the night. Who wants first watch? I figure you guys are probably gonna have a hard time sleeping.
He's
But
pretty awake, pretty wide awake. Still like jumping around doing parkour and stuff.
Kenny's
I'm-
feeling back in the day.
I don't think you should keep watch.
Yeah, that feels like a bad. Well, yeah, it feels like a bad idea. I think we're like we'll leave Kenny up first, and we'll leave no up first, and then I'll take second watch, and Peepock can take third watch.
Okay, yeah, because you're only gonna have a few hours. All right. So Kenny and Yano, you guys are taking first watch. Yano kind of just partnering up, just to kind of keep an eye on Kenny at the same time. Kenny, make a perception check for me. I'll do one for.
Oops, 7.
Oops.
Well, you're paying attention anyways.
Actually, bring up Yano's page.
Yeah, no, pass whatever his perception is. So probably a 17.
Perception. He got 10. So where you guys are, you found a good spot just beyond a small sand dune. You guys made camp at the base, whereas the people keeping watch are kind of perched up at the top, looking back into the town. They're not too far away, but Kenny and Yano don't see any sort of commotion coming out of the town. The time passes, and the two of them head back down the hill, and Yano wakes up Silva, letting you know that it's your turn for watch. So
Yep.
you guys exchange position. Let me know what you get.
17.
You got the 17. I thought you were saying Yano got the 17. Sorry. All right, so you're sitting atop the hill, and you're looking into the town, and you see that the several of the buildings in town have gone aflame. Each one is slowly starting to burn up. It doesn't seem too alarming. Nobody is running out of the town, but they're
The
done.
town's just catching on fire. No one's freaking out, though.
It's already in ruin. It's already ruined, so it's not like it's anything alarming to you guys. It's not like there's innocent people in there. Well, I mean, there could be,
But
but
they're burning the
They are
ruins.
innocent people.
they're burning the ruins. So
They're looking for us.
you're just kind of taking note as they are moving through the town, but nobody has tried to leave the town yet. You can feel the warmer winds start to come across the sands as you know that the sun will be coming up soon. You go to wake up Peepaw for the final couple hours of watch. Swapping off Peepaw, you head up to the top of the hill and looking out into town. Let me get that perception check, sir.
It's too early. I got a 7. I rolled a net 1.
So you see a similar situation going on. You see that a couple of buildings are ablaze, and the fire seems like it's spreading across the town. You are fixated on the fact that the sunlight is battling the firelight from the town, as opposed to actually watching any sort of commotion going on. You notice a few people moving here and there, but no, you don't really take note of where they're going or whether or not they have noticed you.
It's fine. I'm a desert hare. No one can see me. I just look like a rabbit.
So after a few hours, you go and you wake everybody else up, and as the sun starts to crest over the hill, you see Kenny start to wince in pain as small smoldering embers start to come off of his feathers.
Sir, you're on fire.
I'm peeking.
The pain is pretty substantial, Kenny. However, every time you start to move yourself slightly into a shade, the pain subsides.
Oh no! Oh
You're a
no!
vampire now.
Oh no!
I need to figure out how to say, "Can I come into your house?" I keep doing the thing where I'm just like,
At this moment, you guys are out in the open. There is no immediate form of shade as the sun is starting to creep into the sky.
We're in a desert.
Do we have? Do we have a giant thing to cover him in? I throw him in his bag of holding.
Hold your breath.
I don't need to breathe anymore. I'm a vampire.
Is that true?
Actually, is that true?
Yeah, we'll have to find out.
Put me in the bag. See what happens. I'll scream if it's much after 10.
Have like one pinky hanging out, and we'll put like a little
A little
sock over
string
it or
on.
something.
Ring
If we
the
see it,
bell.
if we see it wiggling, and we know we'll pull you out.
I'm suffocated. I'm peeking.
I'm
My oxygen's running out. So are you sticking to your plan? Is the real question.
Are we putting them in the bag?
No, I mean I figure you guys are putting him in the bag as your way of handling this because you don't exactly have shade to protect him from the sun. But are you still going to try to move into town, or you waiting for nightfall to move into town?
No, we have to find him cover like now.
I mean,
If
do I
we're
even
saving-
understand what's going on with him? Can I?
You can
Would I
you get the
know?
gist that he was in pain from being exposed to the sun. You don't know exactly what's going on with his body. You just know that, I mean, you guys have spent maybe 2 months together, and this dude has been through the fucking ringer with diseases. And,
Literally everything.
like,
The
Yeah.
first time I met you, and you went on a bad trip.
Jesus.
Downhill.
So I'm not entirely sure exactly what could be going on. But a good hunch is leaning towards that whatever he drank last night is really messing with his ability to be in daylight.
Sunlight. Yeah.
They healed up because vampire healing properties. Duh.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're. I would have some idea what a vampire is and what a thrall is. I'm getting back to the
I don't.
town as quickly as possible.
Okay, so you're gonna
I'm
stuff
just-
them in the bag, and you're just like, "Fuck this, we're going back to Trace Hand."
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, he wasn't doing that yesterday, so
he wasn't doing the whole burning up. Yesterday he was oozing goo and blood. Today he's burning in the
up.
sun.
Oh man, I just need some SPF 500, you know, man. I can get back to getting pitted in these sand dunes.
Yeah.
All right, so you stuff him in the bag of holding. I think he only has 10 minutes of air, though, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
yeah. I mean, you could tell him if he can.
If I die or not.
He
Yeah, tell me
dies,
if I feel like
passes out or
losing air.
not in there, but I guess we're not gonna know. Because if he doesn't have to breathe now because of whatever he turned into,
Yeah.
I mean, he does have to breathe. Um,
do they?
Like he could brick them up. Like they would go into like a catatonic state until like air came back, and then they'd just be like, "I'm alive."
it's a.
you can't suffocate a vampire to death.
Yeah, I know. It's interesting.
Don't you put let's see a picture of me.
He'll just keep regenerating health in there.
Yeah,
As
He's
long as he's not taking
stabilized.
radiant damage.
he's dead. He's stabilized. He's dead. He's stabilized. He's dead. He's stabilized.
Yeah, right.
I love this, guys. Leave me in here. This is quite the trip.
Oh my god!
Jesus. And Kenny rolled a new character. Oh,
God,
he
it's the
died.
devil! It's God! It's the
Right.
devil! It's God! It's the devil!
All right, so I don't know the specific mechanics on it, but I guess we'll just go with it. He does have regeneration abilities, and I guess we'll just say he's unable to die in there. So
Yeah.
you guys spend the first day traveling, making quite the haste, traveling 12 hours out of the day as opposed to a normal 8 to try and get back to town. Just like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, the whole way. As night falls, do you guys want to let Kenny out?
Yeah. If it's dark before we get to Trace Sand, I would like Kenny out of the
Yeah,
bag.
it does take approximately 3 days to travel. Be like 2.5. You guys will get there at the higher pace. But so you guys spend the first day as night falls and the sun recedes behind the hills.
Wait, why are we going back to Traysand?
I thought that's where you guys were going. Isn't that what you said you were doing?
No, I was bringing him back to the ruin. Like we're going burnt down ruins right now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going back to Traysand to get like reinforcements or some shit.
Fuck that! No, fucking, I got a fucking vampire. Like the priest who like is going to fucking murder us if he's an actual vampire. Because like
No.
Okay, so you're gonna spend the day. You're going back into town. So the three of you are Yano, Peapod, and Silva. You guys are heading back into town during the daylight, right? That's what you're saying. Back into the ruins, I should say.
Yeah, we have
just
to
daytime, so we're
cover. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm getting cover quickly.
So, with your knowledge of vampires and thralls and all that, you head into town a little less cautiously, knowing that, seeing what happened to Kenny, how he was burning up in the sun. As you're staying, you guys are trying to find a way to stay in the light.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Moving through town.
I mean, even if they're not in the light, they could still look out from the shadows and see us. I don't want to walk in the middle of the road.
So you want to try to move through the shadows as well and avoid them in the shadows, or?
Yeah, I don't want to announce our presence.
I mean, like, it's bright out. Like, climb to the rooftop, stay up in the roofs. Like, don't get killed. Like, we're trying to find
Go
a
across
building.
the rooftops, climb down, climb up another one, run across the rooftop, just check some stuff out.
Yeah,
Find the
like,
burnt buildings, see why they're burnt.
There's some.
Yeah.
Some of the buildings are burnt. It's going to be hard to travel by rooftop because it's ruins, so a lot of the buildings, there's no upkeep on them, so some of the roofs are caving in. The ones that aren't, you can't be guaranteed that aren't going to collapse underneath your foot when you go to jump or climb on them. Other ones, they did burn a few down over the night. But as you guys were entering into town, you notice that it's eerily quiet. I'm going to say that you guys sneak through town. Are you heading directly back to the Citadel? Or are you trying to scout around the ruins first to see if you can see where people may have gone overnight?
I guess that's the big interesting question, isn't it? That, like, if they burned everything down, they're already back at the Citadel. Or, like, because, like, vampires sleep in the day. So they're just, like, asleep. Yeah? Am I crazy?
More
They're
or
a bunch of
less.
ghouls. Shit.
Yeah. I mean, just because they can't be out in the streets and stuff doesn't mean they can't see us. So yeah, I want to be
I
sneaky.
mean, it's just like one of those, like, I'm just looking for a building to dump Kenny out, and, like, I'm still thinking about waiting tonight, but now it's like I'm sitting here, like, middle of the morning, bright out, like, thinking to myself, like, we should just go fight them now when they're the most vulnerable. Like, we could just blow open, I could blow open roofs and shit.
All right, so you were
I can
over.
push them into the sunlight.
So your plan is to go try to sneak through town quietly and reach the Citadel? That's your goal?
I mean, I'm
Yes,
gonna
sir.
bring that to the rest of these guys. Like, how do you guys want to deal with what is most likely blood-sucking vampires?
Oh, well, I don't know much about vampires. Never really heard of them before.
I would say at this point, Silva has pretty much debriefed you guys on what vampires are, weaknesses, and stuff.
What a vampire is like.
Yeah,
Light
it would just
kills
be like,
them, radiant damage, like everything that I hate. Yeah, that shit.
In D&D, can they get stabbed through the heart with a stake and die?
That is how you.
I don't
So
know if that's an
I
instant kill. I do believe they are vulnerable to it, so they would take double damage.
2d8
think it
or
paralyzes
2d4?
them. I'm pretty sure it paralyzes them. And the only way to actually kill them is to kill them in their coffin.
Because I literally have no way of hurting this guy besides my wand.
Yeah, I was like, we don't have the skills to fight a vampire. Like, a vampire's just suicide right now. But, like, how do we deal with Kenny is the issue.
The wording, according to Curse of Strahd, is a piercing weapon made of wood is driven into the heart while the vampire is incapacitated in its resting place. It is destroyed.
Yep.
A true vampire is, however, paralyzed. So vampire spawn will be destroyed, but a true vampire is just paralyzed.
Okay.
That's how the wording is in the book.
He's hungry. Or, I don't know, I'm craving something. My tongue on it, though.
Kenny's eating the
Sure.
raw meat that's stored in the back of the
Yeah,
thing.
what else is in the bag? I know there's like a bunch of throw up in the bag of holding. Am I a barf vampire? Vomit vampire?
Does he have fangs now? Did Kenny suddenly grow teeth?
Bird teeth.
The bird teeth, yeah, out of the beak.
Like, hold on.
What are those even connected to? I like
This is all very
gums up
confusing.
there.
This would make a great bedtime story for when your kids misbehave there, Peepaw. You want to hear that time the bird turned into a vampire? Just wait, what? Alright, so
There we go.
you guys are I'm just gonna say you guys work your way to the Citadel, noting your surroundings, watching the shadows and everything, but trying to be quiet. You don't want to announce your approach, but you're also making sure you're not gonna stumble upon a vampire or something sleeping.
The fuck is that?
Fuck.
It didn't work.
No, it didn't.
Pictures work.
At this point, by the time you guys manage to quietly make your way to the center of town, back to the Citadel, it is high noon, and a lot of the neighboring buildings around the Citadel are burnt just about to the ground. Smoke still coming off of the smoldering embers. You can feel the heat has just kind of gathered in the area.
So they literally burned their sight lines down. Oh god. Yeah, we can't actually sneak up on them.
From where you are able to see that they have basically jerry-rigged to just prop the doors that Silva had blown open back up. They're not actually on their hinges, more kind of just propped up, but you figure that whatever cracks of light are being let into the room, they're kind of avoiding. But for the most part, you guys have not seen or heard anything outside of the Citadel.
Yeah. Oh, what do you want to do here? My plans, like, immovable wall kind of thing.
Yeah, based on what you told me about vampires, I'm not too keen on going after this guy. Like right up front, we gotta be a little squirrely with it.
Mm-hmm.
Something out of the book. Not out of the book.
I mean, look, this is one of those. This is one of those fucking. Let's get Peepaw back to the city and see. Prepare for war, right? Fucking.
Get me back to the city. I'm fine.
Well, like now I'm kind of curious. Like, does the vampire even want the city? Like, he just made a vampire nest in the middle of a desert. What fucking idiot vampire ends up in the middle of a desert?
Like, fuck, we're stuck here. We can't. It's more than a day's journey to anywhere else.
I don't know. We can go ask him what he wants, what he's planning on doing. He didn't monologue us his detailed plan when you talked to him.
Yeah, right.
No.
Just because I'm gonna be carrying you, I'll tell you my whole plan now. And you'll never be able to defeat me.
Yeah,
Maybe Kenny just wants to be a vampire. Did you even ask him?
Hey, Kenny. How do I break this to you? You can't go out in the sunlight anymore.
Oh,
He
bummer.
technically he can. He's just gonna have a lot of disadvantages and take 20 points of damage per turn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
How does
He's
that
got
work in just like general, like when I'm walking around?
He's got like 12 seconds before he dies.
Yeah. A whole 12 seconds.
Even if he's like 100% covered with like a blanket over him. Where's like, when does a pile of straw become like a bale of straw or whatever? Like when does it turn into
when does
that?
it turn
like,
to a
what,
barrier where he's not getting the natural sunlight?
Yeah, so like the walls of a building stop the sunlight and keep him safe, but where's the low end of that? Like, is a blanket good enough? Can he just be walking around like this? Can he be like Marceline from Adventure Time, flying around with an umbrella and pants on?
Clothes aren't gonna stop it, unless he's like extreme snowboarder, freaking in coat and hat and stuff. Obviously, you guys currently don't have that, but you could find a way to shield him from the sunlight.
Doesn't someone have darkness? Just perpetually cast darkness on him.
Isn't that like a second level spell, or is that a first?
It
level
is. It is a second level. So.
Great. I have no more second level spell slots because of you. Your goddamn
Only lasts, like,
curiosity.
a minute or something.
Like I can cast it a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
Let me workshop some things. There's some workarounds for vampires in D&D 5e. Kenny's doing on his Game Boy Advance in the bag right now.
No, he's
Pokemon.
He's got one. He's got a flip phone that you have to use the T9 prediction to text.
Well, one of my ideas is we could fight if that big bad evil guy's a vampire. We can. I don't know. Are they super strong? Can we just tie him up and drag him out into the sun?
If you wake him up, he will turn you into bunny stew. Yeah, no, like this is like Kenny, we're putting you in the bag. You're gonna be there for 3 days. We'll let you out in Trisand. This is way above us. This is not something we can handle if it's actually a vampire.
I know. Hopefully the town can.
Mhm.
I mean, there's something to be said about numbers.
Yeah. And also, if it does get taken over, maybe we'll be higher level when we come back, and my punches will be magical.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like it's complete lack of magic. Like I can cast 2 spells. It's not enough.
Yeah. And nothing with
Okay.
radiant.
As okay, so as you guys are I take it kind of like in the shadows and behind a building, kind of trying to plan something out. Um, you see you hear the large doors that are on the front of the.
Hmm.
Um,
Well,
yeah,
Citadel.
the cathedral. No, I saw you rolled something, or that was a while ago.
Somebody have wild shape they can cast on me? Oh,
You
no.
can't cast wild shape on other people. Polymorph, which is like a
Polymorph. Someone can polymorph me
fourth
into a
level,
squirrel,
fifth
then I'm not a
level.
vampire.
True polymorph.
You see you see and hear the doors of the citadel fall forward as they slam. The heavy wooden doors slam onto the steps and slide down, and you see a small procession of people starting to walk outside, holding a large awning constructed of pews and different pieces of wood from within inside as they walk across into the opening. You can see that some of the people that are carrying the sides of it uh, are have the same smoldering kind of smoke coming off of them. You see occasionally one or two will drop, and then the body is just pulled back underneath the awning itself, and they basically made a moving shade.
Huh.
They don't know you guys are there, so they start heading out into the town, walking past you in a large procession. You count about
Just
15
push them
people
all
together.
over. Make them drop it.
I count 15 of them, yeah.
15 together, and you do know centered in this group of people is your priest, who is covered in nothing but blood, all across his face, his hands, his sides,
Is he,
everything is just
is
covered
he
in.
naked?
No, he's got a robe on, but he has blood just kind of spewed about his body.
How big's the awning?
It's 15 feet wide by 25 feet long.
15 by 20. Wait, 15 by what? 20?
25.
25.
Huh. Shit. Huh. Huh. Hey, Peepaw. It might get us all killed, but I could just blow the awning up.
Well, we could blow it up and run away. I mean, all the small people are like lesser vampires are gonna die, but
The big
at
guy
least that
will
guy,
be.
yeah, he'll lose all his people.
All right, this is the worst idea ever.
Get ready to
But
just sprint away.
yeah, I'm going to cast Shatter centered in the middle
Um,
of the.
I will see.
Do we have a picture of this
None.
Do you
battle?
have subtle casting?
Do I have subtle casting? Give me a second. No.
I'm going to. I'm
I
going
mean,
to
Brett
be
can't say
nice
player.
and think as a player as well. For no. Um, you can cast Shatter, and he's gonna cast Spike Growth, centered on the priest.
Yep.
difficult terrain. Because if he was here, he probably would suggest something like this. He seems to be having internet issues, unfortunately. But so you guys coordinate together and agree that basically you're just gonna hit this and dash out of here, not leaving anything to chance. So on the count of 3, you each cast one of your abilities. He casts Spike Growth, and you see thorns just starting to come up out of the ground as this procession is marching through the town, and it starts to wrap around people's ankles, and these creatures start to panic. And right as the vines start to grow in size, you cast your Shatter spell and target the structure itself, trying your best to explode as much as possible. What does Shatter exactly do to inanimate inanimate objects?
I think it says it like maximizes damage.
Shit.
A non-magical also takes damage from the spell's area. Oh.
That's just gonna take damage. I mean, it's just a wooden awning. It's not anything fucking.
I feel
That's
like
not-
it's like
it's
a
not
tarp,
a
tarp with some
tank.
sticks. It's like a tarp with some sticks on it. It's gonna fucking explode the fuck
Yeah,
up.
it's nothing
Yeah,
crazy.
Blew up 2 cathedral doors earlier with it.
Yeah,
I'm throwing an M80 onto a fucking like cloth awning.
yeah. I just wanted to see what its actual effects were. I wasn't sure if it actually exploded it or if it was if it had any specific terminology. But so you target the awning itself, and it's a 10-foot radius. Are you targeting the center? Are you trying to target a specific area? It's a 10-foot radius.
See, the
So
issue
it's
is
Radius, yeah.
you made it 15 wide, but like if
Yeah.
I blow up the middle 10 feet of something like that, that thing's gonna
So
like
it's gonna be
snap.
yeah. You're essentially gonna split it in half. I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
you wanted to target
Yeah.
a certain thing.
It's 25
No,
foot diameter sphere, so it's just taking out most of that thing. There's
Yeah,
gonna be 5 feet left at one end,
yeah.
or
yeah.
2.5 at either end, and there's gonna be like, oh shit.
They're holding the sticks, and that's pretty much it. Just
Yeah,
So-
everyone else goes flying, and their whole entire canopy just gets absolutely destroyed.
So it automatically hits this as it is a inanimate object, so it automatically just fails the save.
yep.
And so you let out an echoing,
Like-
shattering sound as the canopy just explodes.
That
Shrapnel
also
piece-
is like hit all of the people underneath it too.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have to make saves. But so as it explodes, just pieces of wood go flying in all different directions up into the air, and you just hear just this loud shriek. It's just as you see a disgusting blood mist just evaporating up into the air. As you see the bodies of these creatures just start to churn and move and fall and flail, and some of them start to run, but they trip over each other. Just a clustered mess. They were not prepared for this to happen. The thorns drop them to the ground, and they're tripping over each other. You hear them crying out, and you see the priest in the middle kind of just wincing in pain as he's looking around, trying to spot where this had come from. He
We're
quickly,
gone.
We were gone.
oh
See our
yeah,
heels.
he's looking around to see kind of where it might have come from, and as you guys are running away, you look over your shoulder and you see that he's actually taking one of the bodies as it's being turned into mist and just using it as a shield from the sunlight as he ducks into a building off to the side. But the vampire spawn themselves aren't able to make their way out of the spike growth. So you just see this just disgusting heap of basic melting flesh just growing on the ground as you guys run out of town.
That should stall him for a bit.
That should give the town some time to potentially get some actual hunters here to deal with it.
Yeah. Get the word out.
Mm-hmm.
You just hear surfer music playing from the bag of holding.
Each one of these creatures is just trying to claw their way out of the spike growth, but unfortunately, with the rough terrain, it's hard for them to move. They can't fly in sunlight.
Fly now?
Are you got it. He's done. I think
Oh.
I think only the main vampire can
Va-
fly.
Yeah,
True
the
vampire.
vampire spawn are like they could like jump like
They could do
60 feet.
yeah, they could do crazy shit, but they can't fly.
Yeah, Kenny just became our rogue. Even better. This kind of problem. What? We're not sure if he's sired to this guy right now.
Oh. I experienced my time, man.
So you guys run out of town. Are you heading back to Traysand, or
Yeah.
at this point it is probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so you still have a half day's worth of travel you can do.
Yeah, we're doing a fast walk out of here down
Right.
the road.
So you guys are just good
But
pep
yeah,
in your
going
step.
back to Traysand.
You each are getting a level. So
Oh,
I mean, managed to kill 15-ish CR5s.
Yeah.
So
But
I don't think you're going to need to worry about leveling right now. So you can do that.
doing it, we're level 4.
But you are level 4. Congratulations. But so you guys proceed back towards town.
Yes.
On the second day, you guys are. You had a pretty well off rest overnight, and Kenny, with his newfound abilities, managed to stay up and watch over the camp overnight. So nothing was really going to come after you guys readily. So I'm not worried about doing perception checks and stuff tonight. However, on the second day, as you guys are moving along the roadway back towards town, you hear these loud popping sounds. Kind of sounds like a cannon. I do have cannons in this world. They are magically casted.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Keep going.
But it sounds these loud explosions. Nothing that's unheard of for you guys. And you're looking around, and you look up towards the sky, and you see this odd-shaped object just moving through the sky as just small puffs of black smoke just come out from it, and you see it spiraling down out of the air, and it slams into the ground, letting out a huge mist of black smoke, just on the other side of a dune, slightly ahead of you guys. Are you looking to investigate that, or
How far have we gotten from that vampire?
you're about a day and a half-ish away from it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess at this point it's like fine. We put some distance. Sure, let's go.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little extra lucky today. I took the luck feat.
Nice. Ability score improvement. Because it gives me my 20 charisma, and now I have a +2 in strength.
All right.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I'll do that at level 8.
All right.
Mhm.
So you guys are gonna investigate it. So you follow the stream of smoke that's coming up over the hill, and you reach the top of it, and you look down, and you see this odd-looking object. It's a small, what kind of looks like it could be a canoe, but it came flying out of the sky, and you see that it's just broken in a couple different pieces, scattered here and there. And then you notice, laying amongst the wreckage is a small humanoid-looking creature. Seems to be unconscious at the moment. Are you approaching or?
I guess I'll. Yeah, let's go see what the little thing's about.
What
Hey,
the fuck was
well,
that thing?
Hey, Pog, let's see if it's alive.
All right, I'm gonna hop up on all four, really like slowly and kind of like poke him.
All right, so you kind of hop up next to the unconscious creature, and you start to poke it a little bit, and you see it start to move, and it rolls over and looks at you, and you see that it is short in stature, probably about the same height as Kenny, but it has a metallic face, and its jaw is unhinged. It moves its jaw back and forth and puts it up and breaks a small bolt from the wreckage and just sticks it in like a hole. And he looks up at you with just these golden, I guess, orbs for eyes.
Oh my! That was quite a wreckage. My name's Stall. Stall. I'm over here. You can see that I stalled out with my ship here. Have you come to check out to see if I'm okay?
Yeah, are ya?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can put myself back together real quick.
You notice that part of his arm is actually on the ground. At this point, you guys do notice that he is more machine than he is human or humanoid.
Are you a crash test dummy?
And he takes his left arm and he picks up his right arm and puts it back on, and you see a couple little wires that just seem to magically move by themselves as it pulls its body back together. At this point, I figure you guys would notice that he's a warforged.
Yeah.
And he stands up
I
back
don't know what
onto
those
his
are,
legs.
though.
He stands back up on his legs, and you notice that one of his feet is twisted around backwards.
Oh, sorry about that. And you just see him grabs the foot, spins it around. Just simple little fixes.
He proceeds to walk over to the wreckage, shaking his head.
Can you guys help me pick this up? It would be a great deal of help. It was my second time up in the air. I went higher than I intended.
How can we help?
Well, just you grab a little bit of over there, you grab a little bit over there, and you grab a little bit over there, and you grab a little bit over there, and then we can just carry it back to town.
Carry it? I got carry the ship for you? I ain't carrying
It's
shit.
broken in a couple different pieces, and you can kind of see that he's starting to gather up parts. As he's picking up different pieces, are you guys helping him? There's approximately 5 pieces. You could put them in the bag of holding or carry them. You do have the horse, I figure, still. You could slap something
I was like, yeah, that was what I was thinking. It's like I can lash a couple of pieces to the back of the horse and be like, throw one in the bag of holding with Kenny and be like, hey, can you carry 2 of these pieces yourself? Or actually, I guess like we can give one dad no, and then like the Warforged just be like, you carry one yourself.
I've been talking this whole time. My fucking headset was on mute. I guess I'm just actually role playing being in the bag of holding.
Full blown immersion. Just yep, they can't hear me. They still can't hear me.
Sorry. So wait, is it nighttime
what
or
would you
daytime
like
right now?
to say?
It's daytime.
Okay, it's daytime. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm just-
yeah. It's like early afternoon at this point.
all right. Cool. Thank you.
So we're not letting you out of the bag.
So
Yeah.
you guys are kind of gathering up a couple pieces here and there, and as Yadno goes to pick up a piece, the Warforged just quickly comes.
No. Leave that. That one we're just gonna,
And he starts to just kind of shovel some sand on top of it and just
we're just gonna leave that piece right where it is. Let's make our way this way.
and he kind of grabs each one of you and starts kind of pushing you guys along. You guys picked up the pieces that you could within the time and start moving along, just a little confused. And as you guys get up towards the top of the hill, you just hear a loud explosion come from behind you, and a large plume of sand just goes up into the air and then settles.
Yep. Sorry. Don't mean to scare you, but I will definitely be willing to repay you for your assistance.
Okay.
Money will be fine. I don't want anything that you make.
Actually, how about an IOU? You're making flying machines?
I'm trying to make the best flying machine. Not going so well, but I can get there. Yeah, I can always provide something for you.
Okay. How about a flight on one that you feel might be safe enough for other passengers?
You see him kind of fidget a little. That one might have stung.
I don't know about other passengers, but I'm working on getting at least the flying down. But you guys seem like a bunch of strong, strapping, young adventurers yourselves. You can always help me.
You hear a vase break in the back of the holding.
I go, right now, or can we come back to help you? Because we're going to trace sand right now.
Well, by all means, that's where I was heading, before the not being in the air anymore thing. But that's where one of my shops is. I was trying to bring back some material, and I think I overloaded my ship, and one thing led to another. Explosions here, explosions there, crashing there.
Huh.
But if you help me, I'll help you. You help me, we'll have a great relationship. You guys are already nice enough to make sure that I was okay.
Yeah. Sure. We will help get your stuff back to Traceand. Price to be determined.
Well, golly, that's fine by me. I have no problems with any sort of payment, if you will.
Can we just have a pack of single person like jet things and just be like a motorcycle gang riding around beating people up, leaving nothing but fire and destruction behind us everywhere we go?
The end of the
God damn.
campaign, you guys are all flying F-22 Raptors. Just let's go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
All right, dropping the A-bomb. All right. There he goes. We beat the BBEG.
Oh shit! No, we dropped it on Humith, dude.
Ow.
Dropped it on the Humith reconstruction project, dude.
God damn it, Kenny! You had the map upside down.
No, you said east? I thought you said west.
Yeah.
Oh man, all the orphans who had to raise the money for it. Oh god.
Oh, God.
That Humith was the big bad at the end the whole time.
We beat it in the first session.
So you see that he's a rather energetic, no pun intended, Warforged who it just seems like not much could really bring him down. But you do have a traveling companion for the next day to bring you back to go with you back to town, as you guys have so kindly agreed to carry a few things for him.
Uh-huh.
As you guys approach Traceand, you see that the Warforged is kind of beckoning you guys to follow him one way.
It's right down this way. If you guys follow me this way, I can show you my shop here, and we could just drop everything off over here.
Yeah, I guess we're bringing the pieces with us. We decided to help them. Not exactly lollygagging though.
Yeah, so you guys follow him. You do have a little pep in your step, as you know that time is of the essence with whatever that vampire fiasco could turn into.
Yeah, we got more important things than getting this guy back to his goddamn fucking shop.
So you
Yeah.
quickly bring him to a large warehouse in one of the slum districts of the city itself. And he opens up these large doors and he just kind of just takes off inside. The place is just a mess. There's just machine parts all over the place, broken pieces, there's a forge that's going, but it's being heated with embers as opposed to a roaring flame. It's just kind of a mess. And you see that there's one other person in there, another warforged, but this one doesn't seem as gleeful and is kind of hiding away in the corner.
All right, thank you for the, whatever you guys want. Just feel free to stop on by. Or maybe you guys can help me build something truly unique.
How about a set of balls to drop that voice?
Yeah, well, I also changed what exactly I wanted him to be like 3 times before I made it, but so you guys kind of just drop the pieces into like the mess that he's already got, just kind of like a
He told us to put it down.
okay. And you break away from the warehouse and head back into town. I take it you're heading straight for Captain Kreskar.
Yeah, we're going to the guy and being like, you got a bigger problem than some cultists.
Yeah.
All right, so with that,
I'm assuming we're inside right now. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are heading.
Dumping Kenny out of the bag. Kenny, get out of here.
You guys quickly make your way to the captain's quarters. It is getting close to the evening at this point, so the sun is going down. You shouldn't have a problem with that. And you quickly get into the captain's quarters, and you see Kreskar sitting at her desk. She was currently working on some parchments in front of her. You guys burst in through the doors, pushing the guards out of the way. They're all just...
You have a bigger problem than cultists.
She stands up aggressively. Just,
What do you mean? Would you guys bring word of what's going on in Farmouth?
There's a vampire, we believe, currently there.
A vampire? Do you have any sort of proof of this? This is a pretty steep claim.
We could just dump him out of the bag.
I was like, I motioned Teddy and be like, he's now a vampire spawn.
Is it daytime?
no,
You're
you guys
inside.
are. You're inside. You're inside a building.
Oh, inside.
Wait.
Not just
Is
gonna
it-
kill you.
The two
Wait.
the two guards grab Kenny by the arms and slam him face first down onto the desk in front of Kreskar, who starts to draw out her scimitar.
Whoa.
Hey,
Whoa. Please do not kill our friend.
You just said that he's one of the spawn. Why should I not kill him?
Because for some reason, he's not under the mind control, and I have no idea why. Plus, you cure him if you kill the actual vampire. I believe. I'm also, by the way, out of character, John. I have no fucking idea if that's true or not. That was just literal bullshit.
I was gonna ask you to do a persuasion check against her.
Okay. Oh, nice. My lovely +5 giving me an 18.
Nice. Oh, well. So she holds her weapon for a moment, looking at you, and sees that you seem pretty. I don't want to say sincere, but pretty sincere on your statement. And she sheathes her weapon, and the guards let Kenny stand back upright. Kenny, you kind of shrug your shoulders a little bit, kind of after the little bit of pain that they kind of caused you. Looking at both of them, both guards still do have their hands on their weapons.
Well, if you say that
feel
this vampire is such a big issue, why would you bring a spawn here? He could infect others.
Nah, he goes in the bag of holding. Doesn't come out unless we let him.
He's our pocket vampire, apparently.
We'll just push him into the stun if he becomes a problem.
Yeah, you can leave the bird to us.
Oh, quid pro bro, Hodad. Can I pressure you for a cheese paradise?
I will get you one, my friend, if it's the last thing I do. And do you know what a cheeseburger is?
Is Kenny hungry? Like, is he having the urge to drink blood at this point? Because
I
need
kind
to roll
of.
for it,
I
yeah.
mean, you can still eat normal food minus
Hmm.
garlic if you want to be stereotypical, but so you can still eat normal meals, and I don't think there's like a bloodlust. I have to look into it, but I don't think so.
Well, I looked up a bunch of vampire stuff. It all seems like pretty homebrew stuff. So I'll leave it to your discretion, DM. Like what benefits and unbenefits I get from this ailment. I could speak normally now. I could just say words. Greetings, it is I, Kenny.
You said, oh no, because you're a vampire spawn, you don't have to. There's a chain to the grave thing that vampires have to do. You have to be bound to a coffin, crypt, or grave site.
Sorry about it.
You are required to rest. I was gonna say you could just bound to the bag of holding.
Yeah. That's a beautiful game, dude.
That's his coffin, the bag of holding.
Yeah.
But nah,
He's our secret weapon. People think we're 3. Like, we're down and out. They got us going. We're like, you forgot about our
Yeah.
secret weapon.
Right.
Squawk!
The bag of holding.
Everyone's
Rogue
bloody.
Rogue vampire.
Like fucking
Oh.
yeah, right.
Neither vampire nor vampire spawn requires air. So there you go.
Yeah, I was like pretty sure that was one of the things we got out of
Nice.
that.
I can't
He's
swim
just
though,
sitting
right?
in there pulling on his pud.
But great. So I feel like you're not going to try to cure him of this. But Kenny's just no, don't do it. I like this new me.
I finally feel cool.
I feel like it's gonna be get very inconvenient very quickly.
Anyways,
Well, now you can play without me if I ever like miss a session. Be like, it's daytime though.
just the whole time, just daytime.
We're out in the middle of the desert the entire session. Sorry.
I'll just send text every once in a while. I'll be like, Kenny knocks over a chifferobe.
So Captain Kreskar looks at Silva and
So, what are your plans for handling these vampire?
My plans? No. Your plans? You sent us there to get information. We got information.
Here's your
Hell,
information.
Hell, we did you one solid and killed 15 vampire spawn. Pretty sure it was the entire conversion class there. And he might be a little pissed. But he was coming here to kill you anyways, so what is your plan, almighty captain?
Is it your time of the month?
Wow.
Nah,
I'm not a
I'm
You're just in
mammal.
the
Thank you
desert.
very much.
She's got some sand in her cloaca.
well, I'll come up with my own plan. If you guys would be so keen to help us, that'd be great, but I'm not going to require it. A deal is a deal on my half. I will spread word to the shops in town, but do note, if we fail to stop it on our own, there won't be any shops for you to get your discounts from.
Okay. Call another city.
Like, when are we coming back here is the question. If we're meant to go to all of these lovely shrine places on other continents, this town is going to be a blip in the mirror. I don't care. I did my
That's it.
civic duty. I fulfilled my job. You have been
Yeah.
warned. You have an entire town to get ready for one vampire. Please, for the love of Christ, when he asks, "May I come in?" you just say no.
Here's the problem.
And with that, and
Say it
with
in a
that,
really roundabout way. Yeah, can I drop in?
oh, sorry.
Hold the bag for Kenny. Come on, bud.
Now,
Wait.
the true question is, even if Kenny's in the bag of holding, does he still have to request permission to
Nobody else
enter?
lives in there. Sure.
To come back out.
Well, most vampire lore says that like once you give permission the first time, it's a universal permission to the vampire. So like, may I enter?
I wasn't
Go
gonna
ahead.
hit it that hard, but yeah. So she gives you a big smirk and immediately turns towards one of her guards, mutters something to him. He leaves the room at a high pace. She looks back at the group. She looks at Kenny, looks him up and down.
Best keep a close eye on him. Anything gets out of line, don't think that my guards won't hesitate to lop off his head.
My dear,
That won't kill him.
I am getting provisions.
Hi, that was not cool,
I am
man.
getting a night's sleep, and we are out in the morning.
Look over at people. They fully harsh me, man. Totally
Those guys are
Aerosmith.
dick.
They
Trying to make their problems our problems. We got other shit we gotta go do. Being the fucking chosen ones and all that. When's the last time we did anything with that shit?
It's
It's been like a month.
We're the chosen ones.
I mean,
We're
it's
getting
been,
bloody.
it may have been a few
That-
weeks, but
That creep in darkness coming from the north, that sounded pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, I was like,
Good
in
time.
terms of like the evil here, vampire's your problem.
they got too
I
many
got some
evils.
big stuff I gotta go deal with, apparently.
What a privilege.
All right, so you guys leave out of the captain's quarters and find your way back to Bailey and the inn. At this point, it is pretty late into the evening, so Kenny did not have to hide away this time. However, Kenny, you are getting this weird urge now that you're in town. You're seeing all these different people wandering about, and there's just this weird sensation in the back of your head that just keeps begging for you to attack one of these people.
I see him like kind of like drooling a little bit,
Tweaking.
looking at people.
Tweaking,
I look at
essentially.
Silva. I'm like, tie a leash to him. He's like
Right.
Pavlov's dog over here.
Fantasy Pavlov.
Vampire. What?
He is a vampire spawn and all.
Alright.
He tends to run off.
Are you going to tie a leash to him?
I'm not strong enough to hold him, so
I don't think any of us are technically now.
I think Yano could do it.
Yano has a +0 to his strength.
I also have a +0 to my strength, so.
Yeah, but you're a vampire spawn.
Like, do I get like bonuses
That
out here?
changes?
That changes?
I'll have to look into the specifics.
Yeah, I'll look into it too and send you some stuff, and maybe we can just agree on something.
Um, but Yano's fucking huge. Kenny's like 5'2". Yano's like 6'8" and like 400 pounds. You could just tie it around his waist and tie it to your neck, and you try to run. You're just like, because he just weighs so much. If you're not like super strong now for some reason.
I'll be right back. I gotta go take my dog out real quick. You guys can let me know what you end up doing to my throat.
Oh.
Because we don't need to be the reason why there's vampires spawning running around the city. We come back to warn them, and then fuck them.
And then fuck 'em, yeah. I was like, God. I just want like one thing to go straight forward and not have some weird psychodrama popping up, like a fucking woman trying to raise her lover from the dead to control him.
We could tie his beak shut.
His fangs are just on the side of his beak. But anyway, so you guys are trying your best to also keep this subtle. You don't want everyone in town kind of just readily knowing about this. Entering, I'm probably going to call it there as you guys are in the inn.
Well, like, what kind of blood does he need? Like, would any humanic race work? Or, like, does he need human blood? Does he need crow blood? Does he need bird blood?
I
Does
don't
he
know. I gotta look up the specifics
need
about it.
goat blood? Can we just go fucking scoop up a
How
goat?
about cow's blood? Can I just go drain the heifer and call it a day?
Can we have like
Sure.
a herd of animals following us where we just kind of bleed each one a little bit every day, so we could just have continuous blood for him? Like 4 cow.
I'm not sure,
We'll have
but
some milk.
that's where I'm gonna stop the session for tonight. But I do have a fancy for anyone watching the stream, a outro for you guys that our friend who Kenny made. He's not here to take a bow, but I am gonna play that. It's a couple minutes long. But we will be back, I take it, next week, trying to figure out what to do with Kenny and his newfound problem?
Power?
Power?
Blessing? Curse?
I don't even know!
The curse always somehow turns into a blessing? Yeah, okay.
Enjoy the song featuring Kenny.
I am Steezy. I am back. I'm not afraid to drop in. The gods of Stirk are conspiring